Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 122 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and we've got a great show today. We've got two places in Oak Lawn. One is over on Knight Street, and the second one is a really great three-story over on Holland Street.
Really
and the second segment, it's a great one.
Yeah, we're going to talk today about 5 really cool trails here in Dallas that you've got to explore and try. The trail system here is really, really cool, and we've got, I think it's 300 miles of trail here, and there are some really significant parts of it that are coming together.
It is an interesting topic, and it's funny because when Facebook first started, I started a Facebook group called Parks and Trails of Dallas, and never really kept up on that, probably should have, but anyway, that was also before everything was started and everybody knew how important all those little pages were. But it's been a really interesting season. I would say that the weather is amazing. And that it changes all the time right now.
It does.
I don't know quite how to dress.
Warm yesterday, cold this morning. It's supposed to be 80 this afternoon, I think.
But it's interesting, and the real estate market is quite
120 degrees.
Quite rambunctious.
It is. Yeah, it's very interesting right now. We've been on a 10-year run in terms of price appreciation, speed of the market. It's overwhelming sometimes.
Sometimes it is. It is one of those times when all cylinders must be on. Contracts have to be written just about perfectly, and it's interesting because some people, we found out in negotiations, did understand the position they were in and was able to leverage. So it's quite interesting these days.
It is.
Things change quite often. I would say that one of the things that we're discovering is that how important it is to have a portal feed that is actually what we would call ASAP, and that would actually give you real-time information versus waiting on a third party to actually update their servers and or take it down because they're selling data leads.
And the other thing too about one of the portals that we can set up is we can actually send you coming soon properties out of MLS, which are not allowed to go to any of the websites. So you would not find those on the Zillows or the Trulias or our website or anywhere.
Well, the other thing too that we've started doing is that inside of the portals, clients are able to actually denote what they're interested in, even if we don't actually get to see it because it may have gone under contract before we did. One of the things that we found that is really helpful to get clients up to date with what the market's doing is actually go through there and in the notes write what it's sold for. So that really does help them understand, like, this area is maybe a 10% over list price at times. This place is definitely going for at full list price, or days on the market might be 3 to 30. So
Absolutely.
Lots of things that we do in order to help people make quick and really well-informed decisions.
Absolutely.
It is the key right now. There is no faint of heart. So what else did you do this weekend?
Let's see. I went bike riding this weekend for the first time in several weeks. It was such a great weekend.
On one of those trails, I'm assuming.
Adrian and I met Morgan and Tim. Morgan and Tim, really good friends of mine, live a mile from the North Haven Trail.
Okay.
And it's about a mile from Adrian's house to that point. So we each ride a mile, and then we get on the trail. If you ride it end to end, back to that point, it's 15 miles.
Interesting.
And then we've each picked up 2 additional miles, the one coming in and the one going back to the house. So great. It's a great exercise. That's such a beautiful trail.
Yeah, it is.
It's so funny. You see a lot of the same people on that trail over and over and over, and even at different times of the day. It's very interesting.
How funny. Well, I spent the weekend trying to get the studio ready. It will be time to start firing my kiln, hopefully. Probably, I got to get enough material that I can load. I'm sure I've got some friends that'll be happy to donate some unfired clay. So keep you posted on that. Maybe one day I'll bring some actual elements that I make. We'll see.
We'll
what
start
I-
raffling them off. You can give them away at Christmas. We'll just have a little art sale here.
Won't we though? Let's talk about that first house that we
Okay,
got, Jeff.
let's talk about it. This is a really, really cool condo in a complex called Knight Street Townhomes. The address is 2722 Knight Street. It's unit number 115D. And this is really in the heart of Oak Lawn.
Absolutely, and it's a really great space now. When this initially came out of the ground as a conversion product, that was definitely in the gentrification process. And now today we've got David Weekley just around the corner. You've got some really nice national builders that have brought in high-rise apartments as well. As far as commuting-wise, I really don't think you can beat this place. If you work or live and need to be close to Parkland Hospital or UT Southwestern, this is amazing. If you need to get into downtown, Harry Hines and the toll road are right there to actually get you out. And if you need to cross over and get to 183 or 35, it's simple as well.
It really is. And this is a really wonderful, walkable neighborhood. Great restaurants. There's some bars down through there that have started to open up with limited capacity. There are from fine dining restaurants, like the level of Bob's Steakhouse is certainly still walkable to this. And then, you can go down the street to one of my favorite taco places, which is La Ventana.
Yep. And if you're looking for Sunday Fun Day, one of the historic restaurant or bars down there is going to be the Grapevine. You'll definitely want to check out one of Dallas's all-time favorites and known to the locals.
Yep. So this is a condo that we have for rent. It's listed for $2,200 a month. One of the real unique features about this is that this is a standalone building. Yep. This is a complex of 65 units. 2 of the buildings are standalone that each have 1 unit in them. These have they were renovated in 2005 or 6, I believe, and they literally took these units to the studs. So you see here that they have a great open floor plan, wood floors in them. It's that wonderful open concept that everyone loves, from the kitchen, dining area, all the way into the living room.
And we've actually sold, I think, this unit 2 or 3 times, and we've actually sold the other standalone as well, at least twice. And I always joke and say that the way that this is configured is that you can move all the furniture to the side and you can actually dance inside. It has that much space. As you can see, you've got a half bath downstairs and a real simple open kitchen. Many of the times the people that purchase this or rent this create a island that's on casters. And so it's really great because it actually acts as a piece of furniture and allows a lot more versatility in this kitchen.
Stainless steel appliance package is included. You do get 2 you get 2 parking spots with it. 1 covered, both assigned, 1 covered, 1 unassigned. The renovation that was done in 2005 has really weathered the test of time with this. The granite still feels very, very in sync with what we're seeing out in the marketplace. It's been colored, painted a really nice gray color, white ceilings, which gives you a feeling of more height in that room.
And again, we talked about the half bath that you have downstairs, and it's a quick transition upstairs. Now, one of the things I always point out about stairways, are they wide? And these are wide, and it's painted, not carpet, or stained, rise over run. And upstairs you have a little washer and dryer in the area between the 2 bedrooms.
And this is one of the bedrooms. Both of these could easily be called a master bedroom. So if you've got a roommate situation or you've got parents that live with you, this would work out really well. Those bedrooms, I think, are 14 by 12. Yeah, both of them are really good size. They have the solid surface countertops, undermount sinks, travertine tile on the floor and in the shower surrounds. And the layout of them works really well. Yeah, I think one of these rooms has a dual sink.
Yep, and so they both have walk-in closets and ensuite bathrooms as well. Great light, as you can see here, that allows the room to not feel too much like a cave, but still get some good sleep when you pull those curtains back. Ceiling fans are block and wired, and here you can see this one would be considered the master because there is no tub and because they've given it a double vanity there. And
I'm sorry.
Big
I
pause.
right in. And there is the sink again. I'm sorry, I wasn't.
So one of these,
to that.
the great thing about this property is as well is that it is gated. So pulling in both your cars will be inside and covered. great off the street, which is one of the things that a lot of people in this area don't like.
And these have private patios. Many of these units have private patios. These have by far the larger patios, and you have really great outdoor space for walking dogs. Again, the parking is right outside the front door in this one, and very, very, very super. Well, there it is.
There's your parking space.
Yeah.
And you can see right there's a little walkway that leads you right into your unit as well. So when you talk about like location, feeling like a home, these really do. This is actually the pool that is on site. And again, it is gated as well. So it really kind of keeps people from drifting around that shouldn't be on the complex. A really great area. There is a really nice covered cabana in the back that also offers grills and dining area back there. This is one of those really nice pools that when all the lounges are out, you can probably see 20 to 30.
So 2722 Ninth Street, number 115, 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath. Actually has one covered spot, one uncovered. Built in the 1960s, but full renovation in 2005. Is listed at $2,200 a month. And this property will be available May 1st.
That's right. So if you'd like to see this, let us know. We can make that happen. Also, if you're interested in it and would like to share that with someone that you think might be interested in it, if you check in the comments, there'll be a link. Please share that away. We'd be happy to help you.
Sure would.
All right. So we're going to stay in Oaklawn, but we're going to head over to Holland. And so this is actually close by, but we're actually going to cross over Lemon. So this, again, is one of those great areas. Walking distance to the Starbucks. Mm-hmm. This one, because of the location, it's a little easier to get to Whole Foods, or if you wanted to zip over to Eatsy's, it's just both of those are walking distance from this location.
And many people consider this to be one of the better parks of Oaklawn, only because it abuts Highland Park to the northeast of there. So you walk down about 4 or 5 blocks and you're instantly in Highland Park. If you're a jogger, a walker, somebody who just wants to get out in the evening and explore the neighborhood, this is a really great neighborhood to do that. And one of my favorite Mexican food restaurants is right down the street at Gloria's. So,
and once you're done with that margarita, you can just zip over to Equinox there around the corner and work that right on off.
That would be a event.
Also, Katy Trail is close by, and one of the places that I love to have breakfast on Saturday morning is going to be at Lucky's, and Lucky's is also just down the street, actually on Oaklawn. So it's a really good commuter. Oaklawn also turns into Preston and allows you to get into Highland Park, Northwest Highway, Mockingbird. These are all great ways to get around Dallas when the highways get congested. So it's a really good auxiliary feeder neighborhood to get you where you need to go.
And this is a wonderful 4-story townhome that is about 2,500 square feet. Great walk-up feel to this. It's an end unit, stone stair steps going up. I tried to look and find, I think these were built by Grenadier, if I'm not mistaken, but I couldn't confirm that. But really great feel as you walk in the front door, walk straight back to what is the 3rd bedroom. You've got the garage right there off to the right. And in that downstairs bedroom, you've got these really cool double doors that open up onto a big patio.
And this is one of those units I'd never been into, so we're really excited to get into this and see what it felt and see how it lived. And certain pictures really make a house look special. When you get there, it's not quite as wow. This actually lived up to the photos that were given. So as you can see here, it's a really easy transition from indoor outdoor. And I feel like more and more people, as they become aware of that type of lifestyle, this is something they would really enjoy.
And you have a half bath just at the top of the stairwell there. Is it the elevated sink? I can't remember, but it's a stone sink that is a really nice touch. You come around the corner, you've got a wet bar with a wine fridge in it, lots of storage, and this is connected to the living room. And this is being an end unit. You've got windows on 3 different sides of that room, which just flood it with light.
That was one of the things that I fell in love with, is that it had the really great light, but as you can see here, it's a symmetrical room. So the fireplace is perfectly set on the wall, and it has built-ins on either side. And when you pitch back over to the kitchen and little dining room area, it has a really, again, warm feel. And that's because of the number of windows that this unit has because of the corner lot location.
And these have 9-foot ceilings on this floor, which also give you a great open feeling.
Absolutely. And the counter and these cabinets are ones that we're not skimped on. So there are certain times when we look at cabinets and we're like, yeah, that's paint grade for a reason. These are stain grade, and that makes them much nicer. And you can see here that they've got a stone textured subway tile in the back laid on the brick pattern. So again, we see these elements that people really enjoy. Again, stainless steel appliances, gas cooktop, and then upstairs to the master.
And the master bedroom on this is just huge. Again, you've got those really big windows that provide you a lot of extra light. You have your own private little patio off of the master bedroom there that has kind of somewhat limited downtown views. I'd call them seasonal downtown views.
That's a good way to put it. And then you also are going to have a little coffee, wet fridge bar area right off the master, which is really wonderful. So many people use these nowadays. And then this, as Jeff was mentioning, is the seating area off the master. And as you can see there, they've already actually added irrigation to it, so it's really easy to keep potted plants alive.
And double sink in the master bathroom, separate tub and shower. This one, they took the extra time to actually build steps to get up into the tub. So it's not, you know, a lot of people certainly be able to step over, but that really is one of those added little features that I think it makes it special.
And here's the secondary bedroom, and the secondary bedroom has 2 windows. And then on this is where the second living room is. And again, we've got another wet bar. So this is one of those houses that has the ability to really entertain in just about any location. This is the 4th floor.
Yeah, this is the 4th floor. And so, and you know, I love the fact that they've made all the space available for drinking wherever you want to go with it. So, but off of that, you also have this rooftop deck that is really super special. This has true year-round downtown views, and then look at that fireplace.
Yeah, it's a great way, because what they've done is they've got actually exposed area where they're seating, but it's also covered as well. So you would be able to enjoy this in almost all weather. And again, great skyline views. As you can see here, you're getting another high rise that'll be available for you to look at, and great fireplace. It just is one of those amazing locations.
So 4100 Holland Avenue, this is unit number D, 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, 2-car garage built in 2006, a little over 2,500 square feet, and such a great value at $700,000 even.
Yep. And we'd like to say thank you so much to Brandon Fleeman for allowing us to feature the home. It is an amazing home. And again, as we always say, check out the comments if you'd like to get more information about that home.
And with that, we will be right back. There are lots of ways to keep up with us. Visit and like our Facebook page to watch us live and get updates about future show topics. Also, visit our Instagram account where you can see the latest homes we have for sale. You can also check out our website at updikepugh.com, where you can create customized searches of active and sold homes that you may find of interest. If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, visit homeprice.fyi and you can get a price instantly. Just enter your address and a couple of other pieces of information, and we will email you a price. If you are on the go and podcasts are better for you, our second segments are available on iTunes and Spotify. Last of all, you can reach out to us by phone or text at 214-377-2223. Hi everyone, welcome back to the second segment of episode 122 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
You got it.
Man.
That was close.
That was close. So today we're going to talk about 5 of the really, really cool trails in Dallas. We have so many great trails in our area, but we wanted to highlight 5 of these and just give you a little bit of information about each one.
Yeah, and I think that it's so important because as Dallas has experienced with both Katy Trail and with Clyde Warren Park, Dallas really has a desire for outdoor space. And this is one of those ways that Dallas is really reinvesting in itself and creating a lot more elements that draw people here besides just the business and the economy. Mm-hmm. These are great elements that add downtown and uptown living space. And we're going to learn more about how they're adding value even into the further out markets as well. And
one of the first ones we were going to talk about today is the Rivershawn Park and the trails that are associated with it. You know, Rivershawn has been a city park for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And there are a tremendous number of short walking trails right around there. Rivershawn has ball diamonds, drinking fountains, outdoor basketball courts, a pavilion, and you have access to the Katy Trail, which we'll talk about in just a minute, through some of the connecting trails down there.
And Rivershawn is one of those interesting spaces is that it does a lot because it's its own set apart trail and park. it has the ability to host. And so you'll see, I think that one of the 5Ks terminates down there. And so it's a big ending point. I do know that they have yoga in the spring. You'll see that as well. And a lot of these softball teams actually rent out this space. So it's one of those areas of Dallas that has really begun a gentrification and really started to change. And so we're seeing a lot more use out of it. They've done landscaping, I believe, in the last 2 or 3 years. So there's a lot going on down here. It's one of those hidden gems that you really should check out.
Really is. And the second one we're going to talk about today is the White Rock Trail. White Rock Trail actually has several sections to it. You have the Northern White Rock Trail, which leads off from the lake heading out toward LBJ, Coit Road area. Then there's also the White Rock Trail that goes all the way around White Rock. And that is a little over 9 miles all the way around. That is a great bike trail. And the White Rock trails are so interconnected to everything else. Getting to almost any other trail in the city is very easy.
And so this is a really great location in the fact that it really feeds to East Dallas and has really driven more and more people wanting that outdoor lifestyle because it basically is in their backyard. This area also connects to a dog park. So there's a small and a large dog park, and this dog park,
Off-leash.
yes, off leash. And it also has an area that's great for the dogs that love to jump in the water so they can go in. So it's really interesting as you're on the trail and you get to go by and see all this. It's a great element. There's also a part that goes down by the dams, not the dams, what are those things called on the southern side? Anyway, there's a whole great area down there, and there's a lot of birds. There's white pelicans that come in, I believe, in the fall that are amazing to see. So there's so much cool wildlife down there.
It really is. The third one we were going to talk about today that is one of the other gems of Dallas is the Katy Trail.
Katy Trail.
Katy Trail is about 4.5 miles long, goes from American Airlines Center all the way up to US 75 Central Expressway where it crosses over at Monticello.
Yeah, it's amazing because they actually built the bridge that you can see. I think it's at Mockingbird, isn't
Mockingbird, yes.
It's very interesting. You see the white, almost mini Calatrava looking bridge. But this is such a great element to Dallas. And I think this is one of those ones that started to wake Dallas up because they realized what it did to the property values. The Buena Vista side that actually backed up to the trail, the values just shot up. And as you look down towards the American Airlines Center, you see all of the high rises that have come in and they have direct access to it. One of the favorite places to go hang out in the evenings when it's summertime, Katy Trail Ice House. And all of these elements are really having the benefit and are there maybe because of the trail.
Absolutely. And it the Katy, we actually have a unit coming on the market that's got access to Katy Trail very quickly on Buena Vista.
Okay.
The specific unit is on the opposite side of Buena Vista, but it's right there at one of the get-on points.
Yeah, and it's such a great place. So the Katy Trail has also developed its own lighting package. They have their own security that they have on there, and then they also have their own 5K. And so you can see how, again, it's just become its own element that really feeds the people that live in there, and they love it.
The next one we wanted to talk about was the Santa Fe Trail, and many of these trails were originally rail lines. I mean, that is the abandoned rail lines that have either been moved to other parts of the city or, just they didn't need as many rail lines because we have so much trucking going on now. But the Santa Fe Trail is 4.2 miles long, and it goes from downtown Dallas through the Deep Ellum end of downtown, and then follows the edge of that rail line all the way up to the bottom of White Rock Lake.
It's interesting. So we rode this trail probably, 10 years ago. And so it's all the way, if you know where the 500X gallery used to be located on Exposition, it's right behind the get-on point is right behind that. And so it took us, like circling our bikes for about 5-10 minutes. And then we finally figured out where the get-on place was because it was so new.
Yeah.
And it was really great because it's a really wide trail. And I was really surprised at where it terminated. Like you're like, all of a sudden you're in White Rock Lake. So it's a really great trail as well. So it's fun, and it gives the Deep Ellum access to White Rock that they might not have had if they hadn't gotten on the highway.
Yeah, absolutely. The last one we were going to talk about today is called the Campion Trail, and this one is to the western side of Dallas, almost into Irving, And Campion Trail is almost 17 miles long.
It's a long one.
And it's not only, like point A to point B, but they have a lot of little sub trails off of that. And so I've ridden on this trail a couple of times, and it's really wonderful because you go through a lot of very forested areas. You go by a body of water over there. I think it's Lake Caroline that you run through part of it with. There is a lot of wildlife out there. Really, just a wonderful kind of get out of the city nature.
So this is the only one that I haven't been on. This is one that actually I'm reading here, it's Trinity River as well. So that one actually, the ones that we've talked about here all had cement pathways. Is this cement pathway or is this
Yes.
off-road?
Well, it is almost all cement pathways. There are parts of it that is still under construction.
And I would say at least the first 3 that we talked about are definitely pet friendly. You'll see a lot of pets being on leash walked. Is this one pet friendly as well?
On leash, yes.
Okay, yep. So really great. I would say the biggest thing that we see here is that people really need to pay attention if you're biking in some of the more intense and crowded, especially Katy Trail on Saturday and Sunday morning. It's maybe not the best one to go on a bicycle. White Rock Lake is really better for biking. You can really see those large packs of the 10 speeds like they're thinking they're Tour de France.
Tour de France.
Tour de France. You're just like, slow down. But it's a really great element to see.
And one of the other great things about living where we do is these trails are becoming more and more interconnected, and it's providing hubs of transportation, modes of transportation for people getting to and from work. It's providing great places for recreation. There are a lot of soccer fields that are popping up around these things, basketball courts that are popping up around the trails. It's really providing, I think, a lot of really good enrichment to our living in the Metroplex.
Absolutely. And in the comments below, Zach, who is back at the office, will be putting in a link. There's a really great article that we found that's talking about, and we thought it was timely, connecting South Dallas into some of these. And it's a really great way to really incorporate all elements of Dallas and just makes us a stronger, better town. And he's also going to put a link in there that's going to be for the Pacer app, which is really cool because it kind of gives you an idea of where you've been, how fast you went, and how long you were there.
Yeah. So if you have any questions about any of the trails that we haven't talked about, or if you'd just like to get more information, certainly go to those links below and you can have it there.
Absolutely. And just remember, we want to be your realtors for life.